Hey, text from boy. Ooh, fun. Like, we know he's gonna meet Bailu in this. Hopefully, it yields some interesting information, including on the, Baiheng theory.
I have delivered the missive about the meeting. Do you have any questions, Master Dan Heng?
Seeing him in that form.
I wish to know. Thank you, Miss Huanxi.
You need not address me as Miss. I am but one of Miss Bailu's maids. Then again, if I may be so bold as to make a humble request.
Go ahead.
Poor
Before
guy.
this goes ahead. Oh, who might this be?
Be polite, I suppose.
I'm speaking with Master Dan Heng. I'm afraid this doesn't involve you. Please take your leave.
Rude.
She's a close friend.
Ha!
I invited her along to bear witness. Please, treat her as you would me.
Meaning, shut your goddamn
Now.
mouth.
What was your request?
Then I hope you don't plan on meeting with Miss Bailu.
Why?
Bailu is simple and innocent, incapable of ill intent. It's natural for a servant to care for her master and share in her worries.
Good for you.
Please,
Not my
hear what I
problem.
have to say. I have good reason to be concerned. Perhaps you should know that Miss Bailu's path to becoming a High Elder was neither in compliance with proper protocol, nor of her own volition.
Okay.
Everything was a result of the stubbornness of her predecessor, Dan Feng.
We know.
His hubris and tyranny brought about the end
We
of
don't
the
know
lawful's
why.
High Elder succession.
We have assumptions
The
on why,
preceptors
though.
heard of Master Dan Heng's return, and were uncertain whether it constituted good or ill fortune. However, many have surmised that the Lawfu's High Elder succession tradition will soon be back in force. If true, that is indeed something worth celebrating. Whether we find another suitable candidate in accordance with the laws of our people, or have you take up the position anew, everything can still be mended. But if Master Dan Heng were to hand everything over to Miss Bailu, it could lead to great upheavals on the horizon. No good would come of it for her.
How do you know this? Like, she has a cushy position
Such a
here.
major matter as this is naturally up to the Preceptor Elders. I couldn't possibly say.
If anything, Dan Heng being here might actually cause more
I've been a maid
problems.
here for 12 years now, and was with my mistress every day as she studied medicine and received tutelage. I've witnessed her countless escapes, and the inevitable, unwilling returns. As far as the Xianzhou is concerned, children like her enjoy a charmed and happy childhood. But as a High Elder in nothing but name alone, Miss Bailu is highly restricted in her actions, and has no freedom or say about her own life.
I'm interested in what her exact age
I
is.
can't bear it. Your Highness, please think about this poor child.
I don't believe you care that much. We'll call it intuition. Please think of this poor child.
Miss
I get
Bailu
nothing
is
from
young,
it.
naive, and easily manipulated by others. I worry that under the pressure of others, she would be convinced into taking up too great a burden.
I understand your concern, but I have nothing more to say on the matter at present.
The subs do
Then
not
I
match
will
that
bid
dub.
my farewell.
Bye.
Master Dan Heng, whether you choose to meet Miss Bailu or go with me to see the Preceptor Elders, I will be waiting for you by the ferry leading to Scale Gorge Waterscape.
I haven't even set eyes on Bailu, and people are already urging me not to meet her. No need. March will find out sooner or later. You know that I'm a descendant of the Luofu Vidyadhara. In Scale Gorge Waterscape, you witnessed my secret strength, as March would call it.
It's cute.
But
He's
that
you
power
mentioning
stems
March
from
here.
Dan Feng, my previous incarnation. He altered the process of High Elder succession, plunging everything into catastrophe. Ultimately, he suffered the punishment of molting rebirth. Based on the physiological principles of Vidyadhara reincarnation, I ought to have been an entirely new entity. And, in view of the law, all crimes from my previous incarnation should have been wiped clean. But in reality, I was locked up in the shackling prison at birth. Even after I was released and left the Xianzhou, my High Elder past and Dan Feng's enemies pursued me like a haunting shadow. Now, I plan to face that shadow. In order to make amends, I want to repair the Ambrosial Arbor's seal and visit the High Elder to see what more I can do.
Good boy.
The start skiff is ready. Let's go.
Okay.
The rumors are true. You really are back.
Okay.
I'm Liu
And
of the Alchemy Commission. I'm a Vidyadhara too, as you can see. I'd heard the reincarnation
order's
of the
wrong
great sinner
in
has
subs.
returned to the Luofu and wanted to offer some advice.
okay.
Oh?
Leave this troubled place immediately.
I'm not surprised in the slightest. What does the Alchemy Commission want then?
Return to being a nameless. Stay out of the High Elder's succession. The Luofu Vidyadhara have finally recovered from
God, the
Dan
subs
Feng's
for this
grievous
one are
sins,
terrible.
And were blessed with a compassionate and caring High Elder in Bailu. None of this was easy. Your return has stirred up resentment and ambition among the preceptors, and threatens our situation.
I have no intention of threatening Bailu's position.
You may have a clear conscience, but even so, as long as you remain on the Luofu, invisible forces will try to coerce you. Leave now. It is the best outcome for everyone involved. Do not repeat the mistakes of a past life in this one.
That one looks like they just missed out a word.
Excuse me, are you two on your way to the Alchemy Commission, Delve?
Ah, boy!
Hello. What brings you two here?
Hi.
The wind and waves are restless around lunar-rescent depths today.
You can smell drama, can't you? Jesus.
Even you came to dissuade me from visiting the High Elder, General?
This encounter was not of my making. I've been recuperating in the Alchemy Commission under the Dragon
Oh,
Lady's
poor
care.
guy.
Our paths have merely crossed.
Fair play.
But your question would suggest that there are others interested in dissuading you from such a venture. Matters that concern the rise and fall of the Vidyadhara will inevitably attract certain parties. Those that would work circumstances to their advantage. Be it Dan Feng, the Preceptors, or the Alchemy Commission that trained the Dragon Lady.
Your injury hasn't dulled your instincts, General.
Why
The
would it?
Preceptors
It's
and
not
the
like you got a
Commission
blow to the
seem
face, a
deeply
head.
concerned.
A chance meeting is a gift from fate. Why don't I help you to fathom their intent then?
Hey.
The power struggle between the Preceptors and their High Elder is a tale as old as time. And someone as powerful as Dan Feng, who was completely beyond their control, was enough for them to harbor a hidden rage. The Elders used to have a small say in appointing the new High Elder. Who could have imagined that Dan Feng would pick his own successor? And yet, that is precisely what happened, and all they could do was accept the result. Now that Dan Heng has arrived, the elders see yet another chance. How could they let it go?
Great.
Us outsiders should not judge the laws of the Vidyadhara.
I can judge the individuals
Preceptors
involved,
have been
though.
suppressed for some time now. They will inevitably try to overturn the situation. These people speak of legitimacy. They believe that Bailu was chosen as heir apparent by the previous High Elder, and that unless she were to commit a terrible sin, the Preceptors should have no right whatsoever to choose again.
Accurate.
The lady has draconic features and scarcely believable therapeutic abilities. Some regard this as evidence that she is the High Elder. But the Preceptors are fixated on strength and are unwilling to accept her. Now that Dan Feng's reincarnation has shown a command over the vast marine expanse of luminescent depths, those longing to keep the traditional bequeathal of the High Elder feel increasingly uneasy. After Dan Feng's abdication, they fought against the Preceptors and saved Bailu's dignity. They demonstrated a true devotion. These folks aren't the type to just let it go.
To be fair, at least their reasons are better than the other
It is
side's.
an internal affair of the Vidyadharas. As long as it does not disturb the peace aboard the Luofu, it does not involve the general of the Cloud Knights. Nevertheless, as a friend, let me remind you of one thing. So long as Dan Heng and Bailu, with their respective High Elder powers and titles, both remain on the Luofu, the Vidyadhara will never cease their internal strife. This is not to say that either of you are to blame. It's getting late. You are headed to repair the Arbor's seal at Scale Gorge Waterscape and visit the High Elder, no? Farewell for now. I should start taking this business of rest and recuperation a little more seriously.
Yes, you should.
I must return to my quarters now. I merely took advantage of the healer's absence to slip out and relax a little. Be on your way.
Oh, it's you
Master
again.
Dan Heng, you're back. Have you made your decision? Will you come with me to meet with the elders first? Or are you set on seeing Miss Bailu?
Miss Bailu is already waiting at Scale Gorge Waterscape.
Your stubbornness is redolent of your previous incarnation.
They're not even. It feels like
Sorry,
this
but you're
hasn't
not
even
going
been tried when
anywhere.
it comes to subs.
A
Jesus.
criminal who destroyed our succession is unworthy of setting foot in the sacred places of the Vidyadhara.
Shut up.
Master Dan Heng's presence at Scale Gorge Waterscape has been approved by the 6 charioteers and the Preceptors. He is no longer the criminal he once was.
Empty rhetoric. There are ways of unearthing his true identity. And even his reincarnation should answer for the monstrous crimes of the past. The Vidyadhara will never accept him. Die, Dan Feng.
The times are
You
changing.
say Dan Feng was merely your previous incarnation. How then do you still possess the power of the High Elder? As I expected, Dan Feng, you have returned.
Thank you for rescuing me, Master Dan Heng.
They came for me. I'm sorry you got dragged into it.
It's risky to remain here. We should leave. Master Dan Heng, after your meeting, will you go with me to see the elders?
No.
Should I ever want to meet the Preceptors, Miss Huanxi, I'll ask you to pass on the message.
Stop forcing
I
him.
understand. Please alight, Your Highness. Miss Bailu awaits you at Dragon Vista Rain Hall.
It could be dangerous ahead. We should proceed carefully.
Okay. Hey!
So slow. I've been waiting for you here for ages.
May as well tell her.
An assassin? Are you okay? Are you injured?
Fortunately, the skills of Master Dan Heng and his friends were too much for them. There are those that wish to assassinate Master Dan Heng, miss. Presumably to preserve your legitimacy as High Elder.
I don't care about my legitimacy. Why do they?
Nah.
I told you, whoever wants to be the High Elder is welcome. I never wanted the title.
I am Dan Heng. It is an honor to meet you, Miss Bailu.
You're Dan Heng? I heard about how you parted the ancient sea and Scale Gorge waterscape. These assassins have got their work cut out for them.
You're having too much
Miss
fun.
Bailu, please don't say things like that.
It's accurate. Don't tell her off. She's right.
Let me take a look at you. Dragon horns. Well, they say you're Dan Feng's reincarnation. Suppose it must be true then. But you're different from me. Where's your tail?
That is the question. We know he has it as well. Idle animations show as much. Explain, boy.
If I let you be High Elder, will you grow a tail?
He already has one.
About the High
Kinda.
Elder succession. I have no intention of getting entangled in that. I'm here to repair the Ambrosial Arbor's seal. This is the duty of the Lawfu Vidyadhara.
Oh, really? Then why'd you come to CB? All I've learned since my hatching rebirth are some medical skills at the Alchemy Commission. I can't repair seals or part the sea like you can.
I should take this opportunity to talk with you about the past, Miss Bailu. I've heard about your situation, and while I can't guarantee a solution, I will do my best to improve things for you.
Good boy.
Interesting. You're not like other grown-ups. You say what you think, and you seem trustworthy. So, you want me to go with you to Scale Gorge Waterscape?
Precisely.
Well, we're already there, technically.
Let's go then.
But
Miss Bailu,
Guanxi, please wait here for me. I'll come back as soon as I can. I've got these two to look after me. Don't worry. Wow, what a magnificent sight. Is that the Ambrosial Arbor?
Yes. Forming a seal and using their power to curb the spread of the Arbor's roots is an important task entrusted to the Lawfu's High Elder.
News to me. The elders must be well aware that I'm not qualified for this position. Which begs the question. Why did Dan Feng choose me all those years ago?
potentially because you were
That's
Baiheng.
exactly what I've come to Scale Gorge Waterscape to find out.
The boy's story
Among
mentions
the
that Fair
Vidyadhara,
and Blood were
the
left.
High Elder is the
Nothing else,
existence
though.
closest to the permanence. According to historical records, the High Elder succession involves a secret ritual known as the Transmutation Arcanum, as well as a treasure known as Dragonheart. Once succession is complete, the former High Elder undergoes a hatching rebirth, while the new High Elder begins to display draconic features. However, Dan Feng's ritual failed, and his powers remained within me. And yet for some reason, it also created you.
So, in medical terms, he messed up the prescription. And brought suffering down on himself and just about everyone else in the process.
I want to use this opportunity to repair the Ambrosial Arbor seal, and see if I can help recall our memories. Shun the tree's growth, the residual
Hey!
plague, water of the ancient sea. Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots. Strange. This is different from the breaking of the seal. Why is there no reaction?
What's wrong? Not going to plan, huh?
Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague.
Shun the tree's growth? The residual plague. Water of the ancient sea.
Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots.
So she's legitimate and has the ability to seal the... Very nice.
That's it. You did it. And this alone should prove to everyone that you are the true High Elder. When the seal was reestablished, did you recall anything?
It was like a tide surging through my mind. I became really, really huge, and the whole of Scale Gorge waterscape was responding to my voice, resonating with me. That's fun! Teach me another trick. Let's see if I can remember anything else.
Wait. Can you feel it? There's someone coming.
Okay. Bring it. Oh, great. I'm assuming more assassins.
Who are you?
Since they appear as the mobs rather than, you know, actual...
Hey!
Okay.
I'm doing the protecting here. Nobody's gonna start with me around. How did they manage to appear right next to us without a sound?
They may have used a cloud hymn to create mist and provide a smoke screen. I'm afraid this ambush was probably lying in wait for us. Seems like some people have had enough of my presence. If I'm their target, why would they come after Bailu? We don't know how many there are. Let's get out of here. Go!
Look at that shadow.
Oh.
Could it be an assassin?
More of them.
Don't worry.
I won't miss any this time.
This power, it rivals the tidal forces in Scale Gorge waterscape. Is that you, Dan Feng? Have you returned?
I'm afraid you have the wrong person. These floating shadows are called mirage echoes. They are memories of past lives and echoes from the past that the Vidyadhara shed during their rebirth.
The books say that these mirages only speak to people they can recognize. And the water in their bodies can be used as medicine.
Huh. Weird.
Seems this mirage mistook me for Dan Feng.
We can just drink it away. How
This
messed
old
up.
man would recognize your voice anywhere. Have you come to this sacred place to repent? The proud son of the Vidyadhara, hero of the High Cloud Quintet. You fought with this your whole life. How far you have fallen. You availed yourself of the transmutation arcanum to summon that draconic abomination.
Oh.
Waste to Scale Gorge waterscape in the process.
Nice.
Allies hadn't united to slay it, then the abomination would have destroyed the ambrosial Arbor's seal. Tell me, did it sadden you to watch the abomination perish? As the High Elder,
It saddened Jingliu, we know that.
of rebirth and set foot on a brand new path. But instead, you were seduced by your reputation and abandoned yourself. You counted Xianzhou-Nitans and even short-life species among your friends.
I don't see why that part's bad.
Trial is your final chance. Hand over the secrets of the transmutation arcanum now, and the preceptors can help you keep your secret. Isn't that draconic abomination you created proof of the transmutation arcanum's success?
I heard that Dan Feng craved the powers of our dragon ancestor Long the Permanence, and created a monstrous dragon-like creature. That must be what he's referring to. And so the hero of the Xianzhou became its arch-villain. Elder, look around you. You've long since reincarnated. What remains here are just the mirages of the waters of the ancient sea.
Impossible. I still live! The High Elder succession will not be severed in this generation.
I don't like this Mirage Echo. He thought that the Vidyadhara was superior to other races, and that he was superior to other Vidyadhara. As if the Vidyadhara would never progress without their plans. I guess Dan Feng probably never told them the secret of the transmutation arcanum.
We shouldn't linger here. The assassins are using skilled cloud hymn magic to make themselves invisible. But their presence is all too real. These Mirage Echoes, on the other hand, are vestiges of the past. If we can center and transmit the echoes, we should be able to detect any assassins hidden beneath the surface of the water. Let's look for Mirage Echoes and send out pulses. Move carefully.
Another invisible assassin?
There's not just one of them. I accidentally ran into the second one.
Miss Bailu, you fled the Alchemy Commission yet again. How many times have I told you our rules state that...
Sorry. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Wait. I remember that voice. That's the old chief alchemist. So she's been reborn?
Reborn? More excuses. Who brought you out this time? Is that Master Dan Feng?
Wrong person.
Why do you remain silent? Your Highness, you're still as cold and lonely as you ever were. Like the eternal ice on the Fanghu. Bailu, return to the Forbidden Residence. I must speak with Master Dan Feng.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wait, no! You're just a Mirage Echo. I got tricked again.
Master Dan Feng, I finally understand your plan. That little girl is the key to the transmutation arcanum. This is a breakthrough for my research. The Vidyadhara perform self-reincarnation, but we are unable to reproduce. Natural and artificial disasters inevitably reduce our population.
Indeed, that makes a lot of sense.
One day our noble draconic bloodline will perish, and the fated decree of the permanence will be violated. For this very reason, I have spent my entire life researching ways to free the Vidyadhara from the cycle of reincarnation. I have been without success for a long, long time, thinking that this reincarnation had been naught but a waste. But now, you have enlightened me.
Okay.
Dan Feng. What did he do?
Master Dan Feng, your changes to the transmutation arcanum created a draconic abomination that wreaked great destruction. But it also created a new life. This is the hope that will one day allow the Vidyadhara to reproduce. My understanding of
Interesting.
was limited by ordinary notions. How constrained I was. Why should Vidyadhara reproduction remain trapped within the confines of our race? To unearth the potential might of Long's blood and incorporate other races into the flesh of the dragon, isn't that the real meaning behind the transmutation arcanum? The Preceptors are too narrow-minded to see your talent. They want to install another High Elder. Foolish.
What does she mean by that?
The transmutation arcanum seems to contain a secret that allows the Vidyadhara to escape the cycle of reincarnation and return to normal reproduction. But the mechanism eludes me. Let's go.
Miss Bailu, what are you doing in my pharmacy? Don't tell me you've already heard about Sanctus Medicus. Have you come here to condemn me?
Seems like none of the Mirage Echoes realize that you've already been reborn.
They're mere fragments stripped from the lives of the Vidyadhara.
I have never believed in the High Elder. You are unworthy of the condemnation you spout. Especially you, Miss Bailu. You simply do not have the power of the High Elder, the power to summon the forces of nature. Why should I believe you are superior in any way to Master Dan Feng? The Preceptors, our people, they think the High Elder is the Vidyadhara's only savior. Arrogant, illogical. Have you seen what merciful Medicus can do? The Vidyadhara already have the mortal bodies. What they should pray for is the ability to reproduce like the Xianzhou natives. Merciful Medicus will help us to grow our population and bear descendants. They can do what the High Elder cannot. One day you will come to know that I was right.
I never knew the Vidyadhara had believers in the plagues author among their ranks.
It's you, Master Dan Feng. Why did you disgrace yourself? You were my hero. I dreamed of being just like you. Of joining the Cloud Knights. But you betrayed the hopes and dreams of the Elders.
This Mirage Echo. He must be a Cloud Knight who fought alongside Dan Feng all those years ago.
How many of us perished in that disaster and could not be reincarnated? And my leg was torn off by that abomination. Oh,
Jesus.
the doctors at the Alchemy Commission said I have to reincarnate as soon as possible to avoid affecting my immortal life. But my poor comrades have no chance of returning to the ancient sea. You once told us that we should cherish every life cycle, and that you would use cloud-hid magic to heal our wounds.
Oh,
But
he
in
had
the
healing
end,
capabilities.
All you did was betray us.
I must listen to him very carefully. We cannot afford to miss any information.
Poor guy.
Forgive you.
As in Dan Heng, not this guy.
Power belongs to the Vidyadhara of the Lawfu. You are unworthy. The Vidyadhara must not sever the High Elder succession tradition just because of you. Hand it over.
Dan Heng, is this the price we pay for bearing the power of the High Elder? Carrying the weight of all these expectations. All this hatred.
Before any of this transpires, you have enough time to prepare.
Miss Bailu, are you okay? You were in there for such a long time.
Luckily, I had Dan Heng and her to protect me all the way. If anyone's owed a thanks, it's them.
I didn't expect those assassins to be so brazen and reckless, storming a sacred place like Scale Gorge Waterscape and pursuing you. Rest assured, Miss Bailu, I'll report them to the elders and round them all up. Fortunately, the three of you were blessed by the gods. If anything had happened to you, it would have been a dereliction of duty on my part.
Assassins. None of us mentioned that the danger involved assassins.
Suspicious.
How did you
Called
know
you
that?
out earlier.
Oh, it's because we were already attacked at the ferry, no? I was just worried that those people would try and attack you again.
You said those assassins only came from Mr. Dan Heng. But the ones we met in the ruins were coming from me instead.
Perhaps the real dereliction of duty was that not enough happened to you.
So, did the Elders send you to take out the unworthy High Elder?
That was my idea alone. How could the Preceptors have come up with that? From my perspective, the Vidyadhara requires only one High Elder. A second High Elder, one who is weak and useless, must be removed. Miss Bailu, our relationship as mistress and maid ends here. Farewell.
Ahoy! Thanks, Jinyuan.
Reinforcements? Master stroke. I am the reinforcements. Show no mercy.
A pity.
Did the Preceptors truly believe that nobody knew of their scheme? They should return to their senses. Attacking the Dragon Lady only destroys what little prestige they have remaining.
The whole thing was planned by me and me alone. Beware of false charges, General.
Save your breath. We'll all know the truth once the Cloud Knights send you to the Ten Lords Commission's judges.
Too late, Jing Yuan. I go no further.
I always felt useless in the eyes of the Elders. A false dragon who failed to inherit the power of the High Elder. And today I realized they'll use any means of removing me.
Not all of the Vidyadhara harbor evil intentions. If you feel uneasy, Dragon Lady, the Seat of Divine Foresight can arrange for you to stay elsewhere.
Thank you, General. I'd like to talk
Poor
more
girl.
with Dan Heng first.
Very well. I will await all of you at the ferry.
The Vidyadhara have neither parents nor family members. Once born, the teacher is assigned to instruct the young Vidyadhara in the art of Cloud Hymn, as well as various life skills. Dan Heng, did you have a teacher like that?
If you're asking about Vidyadhara tradition, I'm afraid that's something I never had any experience of. I've always been a wanderer. I can never return to my homeland. In my fragmented dreams, I meet enemies on the battlefield. But in my travels, I meet many people who I can describe with the word teacher.
As far back as I can remember, I've had the Preceptors and Alchemy Commission healers telling me what to do. Cure diseases, save lives. I don't know if that counts as teaching. You know something? It feels like you're the teacher I've been waiting for. Virtuous in the past life, master in the next life. Perhaps we were friends or disciples in our previous incarnations.
A friend or disciple of Dan Feng?
Definitely.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Miss Bailu. At first,
Also, it's
I was
super
worried that your
cute
title
that
of High
she
Elder
sees him
was
as a
in name
teacher.
only, and that an absence of true power would eventually put you in grave danger. It seems I was overthinking things. You have no shortage of true power.
You mean
No.
the power to repair the seal? The power you taught me?
The Mirage Echoes of Scale Gorge Waterscape mentioned that not only was Dan Feng a brave warrior, he could heal others with Cloud Hymn magic.
Yes.
What you have is the power of the High Elder that belongs to you. The power of life that can reforge the Arbor Seal and the vitality of the Eternal Roots. It is a world away from my power of destruction.
In that case, Dan Feng probably had a gentle side to him too, right?
Perhaps.
We should head back to the healer's market. I have other things to do today. Let's go.
Now that the seal is repaired, my affairs on the Xianzhou have drawn to an end. For the time being.
Are you planning on staying on the Luofu? The banishment decree has been revoked, and the Preceptors have regained an awareness of the situation. This is your chance to return to your homeland.
We should let him make his own decision.
As a nameless, the Express still needs me.
Ah, that is a pity.
Hey, finally. Good song.
I think I should refrain from violating the healer's orders any further. The weariness is creeping up on me once again. Time to lie down. Farewell, all of you.